Tyson Haskins here with you for another Profile, where we go everywhere from Provo to Ogden to show you someone who is great at what they do. Today we're at one of Utah's most popular restaurants. It's Arctic Circle, and we're going to talk to the man who runs it all. It's Kasey Christensen.
You don't want to have to edit out that milkshake maker, I'm sure. That's 30% of our business, see right there. I'm Kasey Christensen, Chief Operating Officer of Arctic Circle Restaurants. We have 30 company locations, 34 franchise locations in the western United States. My parents owned an Arctic Circle, bought a franchise, and my first job was going down as a family at 6 o'clock in the morning. We would take the peel, the skin off the potatoes, and then we would make French fries. And that was my morning job at 6 o'clock. I would do little odd jobs for my dad, and he paid me in all the ice cream I could eat. You know, it's pretty interesting that right now I'm the Chief Operating Officer of Arctic Circle because as a teenager, I tried to quit this job. Arctic Circle was running a promotion. They were running 4 for $1. I was there, I was working, and I think we had 120, 130 sacks to fill. I took off my apron, I stormed out the back door, I told the supervisor in charge, I quit. And I drove home, and my dad was there, and he says, "What are you doing home?" I said, "I quit." My dad looked at me and said, "Son, you don't understand, you can't quit." And we had a little discussion, and by the nape of my neck, I was taken back to the Arctic Circle to finish my shift. So to my mom, right now, she'll get a little twinkle in her eye, and she'll say, "Yeah, the little boy who quit and took his apron off and ran home, said he's never gonna work at an Arctic Circle again, is now in charge of the whole company." I was actually hired in 1994 to be the National Training Director. Then throughout time, I ended up being what's called a procurement specialist or purchasing agent, where I handle all the contracts and then menu develop some of the items that you see at Arctic Circle. But some of my favorite recipes that I developed over the years, number one, my first one was huckleberry. I grew up as a young boy, and we'd go out in the mountains, and my dad would always sit me down under a bush, and my bucket would be completely empty. And I said, "Dad, you put me in a bad place. There's no huckleberries here." But then my teeth would be stained purple, my fingers were purple. It's just been a home run for us, and just because of my love as a kid. It's interesting, right here where we're filming, one day I was at the corporate office, I said, Steve, my coworker, I said, "Steve, we're gonna go try a milkshake." He said, "What do we do?" And I said, you go to the store and you buy a double chocolate Dunford donut, and we're gonna go put it in ice cream and blend it up and see how it tastes." And ironically enough, there was two ladies sitting right over here, and I said, "What are you guys doing?" So we gave it to them, and they loved it. And the last 2 years, during February time frame, we have featured the Dunford chocolate shake. One of those things that comes to you in the middle of the night, and then it comes to fruition, and it's fun to see the fruits of your labor after your hard work. I'm a firm believer in, number one, you need to enjoy what you do. I believe that everybody should have a passion. You know, I told my kids, and when they were growing up, I said, "I don't care if you want to play the tuba in the band, you be the best tuba player in the band." And so with Arctic Circle, it's fulfilled that passion of following your dreams. And I got to be honest, I didn't always want to work at Arctic Circle. That was not my passion, that was my dream. I really wanted to be an airline pilot. I feel like running a company at Arctic Circle and my background, I'm fulfilling that same dream just in a different way. My passion really is my work and fulfilling and seeing people succeed. What we try to tell our employees all the time is there's 3 magic words that every guest should say when they leave, and that's "I'll be back." And so that's what fulfills me more than anything. And the satisfaction with my job currently is when people leave here and are satisfied with the meal that they received for the value that they paid for it. Arctic Cares is a 503c charitable contribution company, and we're just trying to get our employees in the mindset that we're pretty fortunate to live where we are, pretty fortunate to have a nice job, and we need to give back. My family's been right there behind me. I've got 2 wonderful daughters. I got a son, Jackson, and he wants to follow in the Arctic Circle business. We'll see. I told him, "You go get a degree in finance or accounting, and then we'll talk about it." I feel very strong that to be successful in business or in life, you've got to surround yourself with a group of people that want you to succeed. Synergy. The sum of the parts are greater than individual, and when you put those together, you create more, and I promise you, without my family, I couldn't do what I do on a daily basis.
Thanks to Kasey for sitting down with me. Appreciated the interview and the stories. If you know someone who would make a great profile, make sure and email me, Tyson@parkcity.tv. We'll see you on the next one.